Next is the love triangle. Now, this is gonna be a bit controversial. I'm gonna put this one in the... Welcome to a video where today we're gonna be ranking some YA tropes on the tier list from elite to trash. And without further ado, let's get into the first one, which is gonna be the absent parent trope. Now, I won't even consider this a trope. This is just the standard. If both the main character's parents are there, that's usually a surprise, to be honest. For that reason, I'm gonna put it in the average tier. I think good character writing and good character development can come from this trope, but it's just so standard, I can't really put it any higher. Next one, apocalypse trope. Now, I feel like there's like a limit to apocalyptic stories. Like, you can only get so good writing in it, but there's also like a floor to it that's pretty high, because yeah, apocalyptic stories are pretty interesting. I'm not gonna put it above the absent parent, but I'm still gonna put it in the average tier. Next one is fake dating. Now, I don't know if I've actually read like a book like this, but in my fan fiction phase, I did consume a couple of these stories and they are fire. I won't lie. Some great arcs, some great storylines can be built from this trope. They slowly start to fall in love and then they deny their feelings type shit. That's fire to me. So I'm gonna put this one in the great tier for me. Next one is found family. Now we're really talking about tropes that I like. I love the found family trope. Usually this goes hand in hand with the absent parent one. I'm gonna put this one straight in the elite. I love these new families. I think Lord of the Rings has this type of vibe. Percy Jackson has this type of vibe. Pretty much every classic YA novel has this vibe. YA fantasy novel, which is what my channel's about. So I'm gonna put this one in the elite tier. Next one is hate to love. So what is this, like enemies to lovers type vibe? I'm gonna put this one in gray. I feel like a lot of people would put this one in elite, but sometimes it is a bit weird, especially like when the sexual stuff comes before that. But if this is done right, come on. You know it's cash money, so I'm gonna put this one in the great tier. Next is insta-love. You know what? I don't think this is like necessarily like a good trope, but I don't think it's horrendous. Like, I feel like a lot of people would say this is horrendous. It is a bit shallow though at the end of the day, because like, who sees someone and you're just like, oh my god, that's the person for the rest of my life? Like, no, you need to fucking get to know them first. I'd hope so. Or they could be a fucking mass murderer like Ted Bundy or whatever. But I think I convinced myself to put it in a tier. I think this is gonna be the lowest trope of the video. Next is the love triangle. Now, this is gonna be a bit controversial. I'm gonna put this one in the great tier. I honestly think this adds so much to like a character relationship. They get like jealous and stuff, and obviously it's like heart-rending, obviously, if you're cheering for a certain couple out of the love triangle. Bro, I don't know, it engages me more in the story. I know a lot of people hate it, but yeah, not me. Next is the magic school trope. Now, if you watch my 2026 books to be read, I really want to get into the Harry Potter version of this, because I feel like that's like the standard of the trope. I see a bit in Keeper of Lost Cities with Foxfire, and a bit with Percy Jackson. I guess you can consider like camp, kind of the magic school vibe, and it's good. I think Harry Potter will do this amazingly though, so if I read that, I feel like it will go up. But for now, I'm gonna put this top of average. Next is a magic / superpowers. Now, yeah, I can't really be mad at this. You know, I'm a fantasy reader. I would consider pretty much every story I read, some sort of superpowers are involved or some sort of futuristic ability. Yeah, I'm not gonna put it in elite because it's not like the goated one, but it's necessary in a good fantasy story, so great tier. Oblivious parents. What the hell does that even entail? Oh, like they don't know what's going on? I don't mind this, but I think my favorite part of this trope is when they figure out that something's happening, and like that whole realization and that conversation that comes from it. I think that's my favorite. You see that a lot with like Spider-Man. I don't know if that's necessarily like a YA novel that we're talking about here, but obviously I'd rather the parents be in the know. I think a lot more can come from that than them kind of like hiding their powers or hiding this. So I think I'm gonna put this one in the average tier. Next is the outsider. Okay, so this is like when the MC kind of pulls up and they're not really accepted at first. I think this is good. I think a lot can come from this, especially when there's like one person in the group that kind of like warms up to them and then they slowly like inch their way in. Yeah, I feel like that's solid. I guess this can be a bit annoying at times, especially if it drags on for too long. Next is rebellion. Now, this is coming when I'm reading Red Rising, so I'm very familiar with this trope right now, and I don't think I love it that much, to be honest. Like, I feel like there's better tropes out there. Okay, rebellion usually is done for a good reason, especially in Red Rising, it's done for a good reason because there's a lot of prejudice and whatever type of big words you want to use. But yeah, I don't think this is like super goated. A lot of times it's kind of like whatever, to be honest. I like it when authors kind of subvert this trope and they, I don't know, make their characters do something else, like run away or something. I don't know. Bit of a random suggestion there, but I think this one is gonna go in the average tier. Next is secretly royal. Oof. What is this, like Princess Diary type vibes? Secretly royal? Yeah, that sounds a bit fire, to be honest. I don't have much to say about this trope. it's just kind of cool. Like, I love it when an MC kind of has like something under them, or like they're like a hidden prince or a hidden this or a hidden that. That's why I'm very excited for the Winds of Winter for my guy Jon Snow to have his moment where he finds out that he's a flippin' king. So yeah, very interesting, and I'm gonna put this one in grade tier. Star-crossed lovers. Oosh. So this is like Romeo and Juliet type vibe. Yeah, come on. I'm putting too much of these in the grade tier, but what can I say, bro? This is genuinely a great trope. Just seeing them kind of work it out between, especially if it's between like family and there's like family drama and like arguments that go on there. I love to see that in any YA book, or even like during my fan fiction phase. A couple of those stories went very hard. So yeah, great tier for star-crossed lovers. Next is The Chosen One. Now, I feel like this trope gets tossed out a lot. Like, people say that it's the chosen one, but I wouldn't necessarily consider it. I guess like a lot of stories have prophecies, at least the ones that I read, and like the main character is the main part of the prophecy, which I kind of get how you can relate that to the chosen one. And for that, I guess I'm gonna put it in like the middle of the grade tier. It can be annoying. You can get like a whatever, a Gary, Sue, whatever the fuck people call those, whatever, Mary Sue type characters, but yeah, chosen one, why not, bro? We're reading, we're trying to escape from the world a little bit, live through these guys. Why not be the chosen one that does so? Next is the Golden Trio. Now, I don't necessarily know if I've read a book that has like a golden trio. I don't know. I'm sure there's some arguments you can make, but like a golden, like, okay, the three main characters. Honestly, My Hero Academia is like the most that I can relate to this trope. And I think it's okay. I think I prefer it when they're not all golden. I think when one is kind of doing its own thing, one's good at this, one's good at that. I prefer that to them all three being like super OP and super amazing. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad trope. I need to reorder this because I'm being too nice, bro. I'm gonna move into Ant-Man. And I'm gonna move Rebellion to Ant 2. I'm moving shit now. Which one's getting put? Okay, we'll leave this like this for now. Next trope is the quest. Now this is elite. I love those journey type stories. When I first started reading Lord of the Rings, this is what I was really excited for, because it just gives that like journey vibe. So yeah, definitely elite tier for this one. Next one is Trials. Oh, you know what? I mess with Trials. I really like this in Divergent. Divergent had this where they went through like the trials and you have to like work your way up the rankings. Same with Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing kind of had that vibe, and I feel like it's just a nice piece to have in your story. I never complain when there's a little bit of, you know, inner group trials, whatever, that type of vibe, and those are pretty interesting. So definitely a great tier for this one. Final trope, easily I'm gonna put it in elite because it can be elite. Obviously, I made a video on this. I'll probably link that in the description, shameless plug, about redemption tropes. Jamie, Zuko, goats. Brother, if this trope is done right and you start to like care for that character, you just know the author cooked, the author knows what they're doing, and yeah, it just hits. So anyways, that's it for the video. A bit of a longer one today. Subscribe, like the video, and peace.